In this video today, I am going to be showing you how in the last 30 days, my coaching business has done over $70,000 of revenue. And the crazy part about this number is that I've only had a coaching company for about 3 months now. Up till then, I was working on my personal brand. And at that point, 3 months ago, again, 90 days ago, we turned ads on and we started growing our school community. We started growing out different coaching products that we have, and we are finally at the point where we have, in the last 4 weeks is what I'm going to show you, but in the last 30 days, we have done $70,000 with my coaching company. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 reasons why we've been able to scale so fast, in addition to obviously having a solid track record. Again, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jake Setterlun, and over the last 10 years, I have scaled 8 different online businesses to 7 and 8 figures. Again, you can see the awards behind me. I've been doing this for such a long time, but transitioning from my businesses that, again, I currently still own and operate into the coaching space, it has been super interesting because the way that the coaching space is ran is a little bit different than what I'm currently used to with high ticket offers and agency services. So it's been a huge learning experience. It's been definitely very interesting on how to actually craft and create a solid program that people need to go through, having different coaches, working with emotions of individuals that you're working with. So there's a lot of different factors that in a client business type of relationship you don't really ever have to think about. But in today's video, I'm going to start off. I want to show you our actual revenue to show you these are legitimate numbers that we've been able to do. Again, 70K in the last 30 days with this business. I'm going to tell you why we've been able to hit this specific revenue mark. I'm going to show you my roadmap and also our roadmap on what's next in terms of scaling this business to $1 million a month. I have that goal of by the end of the year, we're doing close to $1 million a month. I don't know if we're going to get there, but again, that is the goal and that is where we can take this thing. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to screen share first and foremost. I'm going to show you our actual Stripe accounts and my school payouts. And then from there, we can get into why we've actually had such amazing success. All right, everybody. So you should be able to see my screen, and just to prove that these are not manipulated numbers, as I know a lot of you like to do. So you can even see, we are on track to do about $58,000 to $60,000 in July, and that's just in Stripe. That doesn't even include our other different revenue streams. But over the last 4 weeks inside of Stripe, we have done $43,000 of revenue. And then over in our other Stripe account, in this one, again, if I play with this a little bit and show you, we have done almost $6 grand in this one. And then my school payouts for the last 4 weeks have been almost 20 grand. And then if you add in some of the other affiliate revenue and everything else that we get paid out from, we have hit that $70,000 mark in the last 4 weeks with this coaching business that has only been around for 90 days. And I want to break down the 3 reasons why we have had such amazing success so far. That doesn't have to do with my track record and my background, because I'm not stupid. I understand that it immediately shows individuals that I have the credibility in terms of what I'm talking about. So I'm not dumb enough to sit on here and say that that doesn't obviously play a role, but there are some factors in terms of our best performing ads and everything like that. Anybody could have done those. Anybody could have done those ads. Anybody could have done the school group and had the exact same success that I had. So step number 1 is that I have always treated this business as something that I am going to be pushing hard as fast as possible in terms of using this as something that I can use to line my pockets. I currently have, not only do I have a media buying agency that is on, again, they run all of our ads, but I also have 5 different full-time employees that are a part of this organization at this point. And what's crazy about that is $70,000 does not warrant 5 employees. And even last month, we had 4 individuals on full-time plus the ads agency, and we only did about $40,000 of revenue. So it's one of those things that I am constantly pushing the envelope, but we're constantly redlining the business, making sure that we have as much staff as humanly possible in terms of, obviously responsibly, right? I'm not making stupid hires, but we're hiring for positions positions that we know and we are confident that we are going to be filling in the future. Something like bringing on a full-time coach, a full-time salesperson, having 2 other amazing individuals on the back end, and then even a community manager at this point, in addition to a media buying team that's doing the creatives, the funnels, all of that stuff. I am taking all of the revenue that we are generating and either putting that back into ads or putting that back into human resources, so that instead of me constantly having to deal with the operations, the back end, the people, and I'm constantly having that to catch up to the demand, I already have the demand here and the business is growing into the capacity that we could actually take on, instead of constantly being behind the 8 ball and not having enough individuals, not having enough people to take on the new students or the new coaching clients that we're bringing on. So I'm constantly always looking at big picture, and I'm scaling according to what that big picture is going to be. I'm not using this as something to line my pockets and be super profitable. Now, is this the best way to do things? Absolutely not. For somebody that this is their only one source of revenue, I would 100% have it a little bit more of a middle ground where you can absolutely have team members, but you probably don't need to go get a coach right away. You probably don't need to go get a media buying team right away. But it is absolutely something that for me and where we want to take this business and this brand, we absolutely want to have enough staff, enough individuals, and enough people in place so that those people can help us scale to the next level. That coach is building out trainings so that when we hire on other coaches, they know exactly what they need to be trained on. And it's very easy for us to go from, okay, we have 1 coach, we have now 5 trained coaches, and we're building that process right now. Same thing with the sales team. This individual is coming in, he's laying the foundation in terms of what is the actual sales process going to look like. What's the best for the way that we run things? Because I could have went out and hired a commission only closer, but that individual is going to need structure, and that individual is going to need somebody there to actually show them the ropes. And I don't want to be doing that. So I need to have somebody, and I need to have a sales manager or a sales director that can come in, build out the actual process, and then train other individuals on those specific processes. And then lastly is going to be ads. And we obviously, I'm an ads guy, right? Like, I love doing ads. I did them for the first month in this business when we turned ads on. But as much as I do love doing ads and I still love doing creatives, it's one of those things that I need to get it off my plate. Otherwise, it's constantly going to be a bottleneck. If you want to wrap this whole idea up into one specific topic, it's that I've removed all of the potential bottlenecks from our business. Of course, others are going to come into play, but as of right now, for us to get to 100K months, $250,000 months, $500,000 months, we are pretty much set up for that specific scale. So that is what I've done. And then lastly, again, with our media buying, so going back with our media buying team, that is something that I have one of the best teams in place. They've worked with another individual, taking them to $2 million a month. So if that's a person that I'm working with, that we want to get to $1 million a month, I'm going to go find somebody that's been where I want to get to, and I'm going to put them on my team. And again, that's the same thing with the coach. It's the same thing with the sales. Every single thing that I'm doing is planning for the future. It's not being a little bit conservative, trying to line my own pockets. I could have said, hey, I want to run a lean ship. I want to be, pocketing $20,000 a month. And I could have went out there and bought the craziest car in the world. But I'm here to change lives. I'm here to actually help individuals. And I realized that by getting to that $1 million a month with this soul coaching business, we are going to need infrastructure. We are going to need teams, and we are going to need processes. And that's what I've invested in, instead of trying to go in and buy the craziest thing, buying a penthouse and doing all that crazy stuff. I'm reinvesting into my business, and I'm planning ahead so that we have the people, we have the resources, we have the team, the tools that we need to actually scale. And that is why this company that's only 3 months old has been able to generate $70,000 in the last 4 weeks, because we're investing and we are constantly building for the future, and we're not just trying to profit from this business. The second reason of why we've had so much success so far with this coaching business, and the real reason that we've been responsible for, and another reason why we've been able to generate $70,000 in the last 4 weeks of this coaching business that's only 3 months old, is because we are super heavy and we are super bullish on ads. I'm not against content. I do content. It's something that we are constantly working on. It's transforming. We have some really good frameworks that we follow, but to be quite honest, we are all in on ads, and we do ads a little bit differently. We don't don't do call funnels. We don't do all those crazy free trainings, lead magnets, things like that. We are super bullish on, if we are spending money on ads, we want to recoup at least a 0.8 ROAS, which means if I spend $1, I'm getting 80 cents back. And last month we spent about $40,000 on ads, and we did recoup that money plus profiting to be able to pay off the team and make sure that everybody is still getting paid. But what's really nice about the revenue that we are generating is that that is a lot of MRR. Those are individuals that are signing up for school on a $17 a month or upgrading into a $47 a month plan. So it's a lot of MRR that, even though we're spending a lot of money up front, we're also establishing a base of MRR. And that MRR is what I can then go out and plan, going back to step one, which is I can see, okay, we have this much MRR. This is our budget for the team. This is what we can go out there and we know is going to come in for the most part, is going to come in month over month. So I can plan, okay, hey, we do have the budget to bring on a community manager. We do have the budget to go out there and hire this individual for backend. We're able to go in and hire this white label support for GHL. As much as we are spending a lot of money on ads, we're also constantly growing and constantly focusing on growing our MRR so that we do have a base of the business where we're not constantly struggling on always needing to make a return on our ad spend. I've been a part of businesses. I still run a lot of those types of businesses that are very transactional. We're running call funnels. And if we're spending $500, $1,000 on ads, we're constantly stressing on needing to close deals to make that money back. So by us being able to have a 0.8 ROAS, some days it's actually higher, some days we're making money. We can take those individuals that are signing up for the low ticket stuff. We can get them on calls. We can pitch and see if they might be a good fit for the coaching. And then from there, everything that we're doing on the coaching side is profit. And obviously that is also revenue that is getting split off. People are going to get commissions. Of course, that's also padding the bank account. That allows us to then go and spend the same amount. That revenue is what we can then go out there and really look at, okay, hey, now I want to take a little bit of a paycheck, or this goes out to this person for commissions, or whatever that might be, or let's invest in this tool, because that's dynamic revenue, right? That's not MRR. That's not consistent revenue. One month we might close $30,000 of revenue. Next month we might close $60,000, right? We don't really know what's going to actually happen. But the thing is, we have the base that we're building, and then everything on top of it's gravy. And that's where you can start to get paid from. But we want to make sure that we have a base so that we can support the team and we can consistently grow the actual business and make sure that also everybody a part of the business is super happy. That is also one big little note that I do want to mention. That's also one big thing that I'm super focused on, is making sure that not only do we have amazing team members on our team, which we do, that those individuals are also taken care of so that this business can go on and last for years down the road. And this is honestly a home for individuals, because in this online space, it can be weird. You can be working for a company 1 month and then the next month you're gone. And you want individuals to feel like they have a home, that they have this confident place where they are going to have steady income for the rest of their lives. Obviously, I want that too, but for me, it's a little bit different. Whereas the individuals that are a part of our team, I always want to make sure that they actually have a home, they feel confident in the growth, and that obviously they're getting paid from it too, down the road when we're able to do crazy bonuses and hitting milestones and everything like that. So that is also another big reason why we've had such crazy success, is because the way that we're focusing on client acquisition is not content. We're not waiting for the algorithm to bring us clients, but then we're also not using ads in the traditional way that we're running some kind of free training and then constantly in the hole on ads trying to recoup our ad spend, where we're breaking even up front and then we're just capitalizing on the back end. And the third reason why we've been able to scale so hard, so fast in such a saturated industry, which is online coaching, is that I've positioned myself around the right people that, again, have been to the places that I want to go. I mentioned this a little bit in terms of our media buying team, where they have worked with an individual in this space, very, very, very similar, if not the same offer, hit and scaled to $2 million a month. And I've now positioned myself not only with that media buying team that knows exactly what it takes to get there, but then also some other additional mentors in this space that are some of the biggest coaching names out there that teach individuals how to start coaching companies. You probably know these individuals if I mentioned them. I've been able to thankfully have them on my team, be able to make partnerships with them so that they can be solid resources for us us to actually dial in what this looks like. Because to be quite honest, again, I come from a high ticket space, I come from an agency space, and there's a lot of different nuances when it comes to coaching. How much one-on-one support do you give individual? What are you actually supporting on? How do you manage that relationship? Do you bring people in for group coaching? Do you not? There's so many different things that not a lot of people really have experience with at a low level. And I've never ran group coaching. I've never ran one-on-one coaching. Again, I come from a space of dealing with clients. And yes, I can meet with a client, but it's a little different than coaching where you're holding people accountable and you're helping them build. So by having these individuals on our team that I can go out there and I can simply say, hey, how do I do this? How do I run a one-on-one? Should I give people a how-to? Should I make an AI agent of myself? How much do I actually jump in? Do I not jump in? Do I keep Jake for more group coaching? Do I still get on one-on-ones? Do I do an onboarding call? There's all of these different aspects to a coaching company, because when you have a face of the coaching company, somebody like me, everybody wants access to me. But unfortunately, for my sanity, for my businesses, and being able to, again, still produce content, still produce lessons, and then also run my agencies and my other online businesses so that I can learn other things and give those out to everybody inside of our communities and inside of our coaching, I need to be able to have time to do that. And if I'm 100% focused on just doing one-on-one calls every single week and every single day, I don't have the time to go out and do that. So for me, the best way to do things is going out there and then giving all of the information that I know out to everybody in the coaching and inside of the community. And I can't do that if I'm on calls every day. So figuring out and having these individuals that we can go to figure out, okay, how do we structure our coaching? How do we actually structure group calls? Where can we pull in sources? What is this actually going to look like? And how do I value my time? It's something that, I've heard people say they want to get paid $5,000 an hour, $10,000 an hour, but how do you actually rationalize how much you want to get paid per hour? And then when you're starting to charge and put together different programs, how do you actually backtrack that? How do you position it? Who do you want to have access to? Because just because somebody has a lot of money, you still don't want to be getting on a call where it's not super productive. So it's all of this structure that we've been able to go out to these partners, specifically the media buying team, and then also this other individual that we've partnered with, to be able to say, hey, what's the best way to actually go out there and do these specific things? How do we attract better leads? How do we attract better clients? How do we structure this? Do we do group coaching? Do we not do group coaching? Do we have a VA? There's so many different aspects when you say coaching, and it's super easy to just constantly get burnt out because everybody's hitting you up. You're on one-on-ones every single day, and you're never actually able to work on and build the business. Again, going back to step number one, if I didn't have that team in place, this business would not have grown because I would not have had the time to actually go out there and build this business. So by not only having a team, spending money on ads the right way, so you're getting paid to take calls, you're breaking even, but then you're building that MRR base, everything on top of that is gravy. And then also positioning myself with A players that have been where I want to go, again, are the three key reasons why we've been able to have such amazing success. Again, I've been working on my personal brand for about 6 months. 3 months ago, we started the school group. We started getting free members. Eventually, it turned into a paid group. And now, 90 days later, in the last 4 weeks, we have generated $70,000 of revenue. And it has been amazing. We've been able to work with some amazing people. And I am so excited as we continue to build, to scale, because again, the goal is hitting those $1 million months. But I've been able to network with some amazing people. We've been able to bring those individuals onto the team. And it has just been a breath of fresh air, because in the agency space, it's been very secluded. I haven't been able to get into, many other types of businesses, networking, meeting other individuals. And not only are we able to help a lot of people and start to build this amazing empire that is Setterlun University, Setterlun Coaching, whatever you want to call it. But again, it's also been fulfilling to be able to take everything that I know, give it out to everybody, provide this structure for the team that we currently have and this home for the team that we have, but then also this amazing community and coaching program for those individuals. Again, yes, at the end of the day, we're a business, we're here to make money, but we're also there to provide as much value as possible. And I do think that, there is a big separation between the coaches that are having success and those that are not. And value and insight is one of those things that people lack, where they get into a coaching program and they're teaching them one specific way of doing things. And unfortunately, that one way of doing things things is not the best way for that specific individual to grow. I talked a little bit about what we're currently doing on this call, but again, to be quite honest with you, if I got on here and I said, hey, you need to do a call funnel with a VSL, and I had my background and that's how I was attracting individuals with our ads, it wouldn't make sense. That's not an ethical way for me to say, hey, this is how you should be doing things, because again, I'm in a different position. I have different accolades than somebody like you that's just getting started. So that's what's again been amazing, is that we're able to go out there and provide all of these different resources for the individuals. Again, shameless plug is inside of our school group. You can join down below. It's only $17 a month. We have so many different avenues and different assets and different roadmaps for individuals of all different revenue milestones. We have a roadmap specifically for people just starting out. We have a roadmap for people that are doing $5,000 to $10,000 a month, $10,000 to $25,000, and then even a roadmap for those of you that are doing $100,000 a month and what it actually looks like scaling at that point versus if you're just starting out. It's been amazing. We've been able to connect with and help all of these individuals. We're currently at 2,500 individuals. I know that it's just the beginning. Again, our goal is hitting $1 million months. I want to have 10,000 individuals in that group. Hopefully, again, it might not happen this year, but by mid next year, having 10,000 individuals in that group. And again, we're just getting started. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing product that we're constantly improving on, and there's so much cool stuff to come. So again, if you are interested, definitely check out our school group down below. I break down everything. I have all of my offer trainings. We have the offer code and we have Purple Ocean offers, which is kind of my thing. I developed both of those in terms of having a Purple Ocean offer. I'm not talking Red Ocean offers. We're not talking Blue Ocean offers. We are talking Purple Ocean offers. We have the offer code on making sure that you are set up and your offer is transformational, but then also going a step further in terms of all of our client acquisition methods, call funnels, marketing, sales systems, back-end fulfillment. We have absolutely everything inside of school. And again, that's why it's been so amazing, is that we have all of these different places, because no matter if you're a coach, agency, online expert, course creator, you can benefit and you can build your roadmap inside of the school community. And we even just launched our 100K MRR school program inside of there, which again, it was amazing put together. We've had such amazing feedback, and that's honestly been, in my opinion, the best program I've put together to date, because yes, it's a program. We're showing you our step-by-step, but then it's also all of our automations, templates, etc., in terms of how we actually run different pieces of our business. So again, thank you so much for watching. Definitely make sure to check out school, drop a follow, drop a comment down below, and then make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.